Thanks a lot, Amber. Here with Willie McGinnis, Jamie Dukes, and new to everybody, to NFL media, Rand Getlin. Rand, thanks for joining a table. You're here with some big minds right now.
Thanks for having me. Good to be had.
All right, now, we've been talking about these suspensions all day. Willie, I want to start with you, with Antonio Gates. We heard Scott Kaplan, the radio's down there, talking about just how kind of in disarray things are in the offseason with San Diego, with Philip Rivers, Weddle, the possible relocation. Losing this season would only compound the wound. What about not having Gates for 4 games and what this could do to the Chargers?
Well, this offense is going to be in disarray because anytime you talk about the Chargers offense, it starts with Antonio Gates and Philip Rivers. You got to stop those 2 components of the offense. And as a defensive guy, when you go into game plan against them, that's one of the first guys you figure out how to take because you can move him around formation-wise in a lot of different places. He opens up the middle of the field, and he's still crafty. He still knows all the tricks in the game. He can get open. He still can score. He's deadly in the red zone, so you got to double team him in the red zone. I'm not taking away anything from the other receivers. I like Keenan Allen. I think he's one of the better receivers, but it's a different offense
really,
without
I'm going
Gates.
glass half full. Philip Rivers is still there.
That's your guy.
And so I know.
Who's his go-to guy, though?
Philip Rivers is going to have to be his go-to guy. In other words, Philip Rivers, the one thing about Philip Rivers, and I've always appreciated about him, think about all the pieces he's had over the years. Going back to LT, gone. Michael Turner, gone. I mean, guys keep going, and he finds a way to still be successful. I'm not trying to diminish or downplay the loss of Gates because that is his blanket, as I talked about. But I still do believe that Philip Rivers, my friend.
But Rand, I want to look at it this way. Okay, so Denver, we don't think they're going to be that much worse if they're any worse at all. They've got Peyton Manning. Kansas City, they look like they're going to be strong. And Oakland guys, Jack Del Rio's there with more talent than they've had in that organization for years. San Diego seems like they could have an uphill climb right out of the gate.
Certainly going to be an uphill climb, but we have to think about the glass half full look, as Jamie said. They do have Melvin Gordon, so you have someone displace a little bit of that responsibility. Now you have a workhorse running back who can take a little bit of the pressure off of Philip Rivers. And also, though Antonio Gates had 12 touchdowns last year, that was his second highest total in his career. He had 13 in 2004. This is a guy now in Philip Rivers who has 1 year to get to that next deal, and I bet you Keenan Allen gets a lot of balls thrown his way this year.
Yeah. Philip Rivers last year of his deal, as is Antonio Gates. Jamie, you and I living in Atlanta, we got the pleasure of covering Tony Gonzalez. Antonio Gates, 12 touchdown receptions away. Does this scar him at all? We've been asking about the blemish on Tom Brady.
No, because I think that sometimes, players like that, when you have that kind of reputation, you can make a mistake. And I think that that's not going, in my opinion, it's not going to tarnish the legacy that he had. It was just one of those things that just happened. If you've ever seen the book, by the way, of all the banned substances, it's about that thick.
Yes.
And so sometimes, things happen, and I'm going to give Antonio Gates for what he's done.
The PA in the NFL has hotlines. They lay it out to you. You should know better. As Willie said, take it to your trainer.
But it was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
Okay, because like I said, that pocket square in the tie, it could be viewed as a mistake. I'm not saying it is.
Yeah, so could those blue wristbands.
I know.
Rand, do not listen to Jamie Dukes. Willie's cool. Do not listen to Jamie. Well done on the debut.